Good morning or good afternoon, or yeah, I don't even care anymore. Today we're going to be doing some project work. Now, I've set the project for you yesterday. We're going to do your top 5. Now, just to remind you, it can be your top 5 of anything. It could be breeds of dogs, it could be pizza toppings, it could be top 5 ways teacher Jack's annoying, it could be your favourite teachers, your least favourite subjects, it could be favourite characters, worst movies, anything you like. So long as it's about you and so long as you give me an explanation of why you've chosen those 5 things and why each one belongs in the right place in that list. I want to know why the best one's the best, why the least best one is the least. I want to know everything about your explanation. That's the important part of this. Now, I gave you till midnight to put in your requests. Now, I don't specifically mean your class, but some people still hadn't done it. Make sure you do it. You are losing 10%. Now, I'm going to get some bitching, I know, from people saying, but it's not my fault. Our team leader didn't do it. It's your fault for choosing him or her as a team leader. This is all of you working together. If you can't get organised enough to get in your 5 names by midnight, you don't deserve full score. Simple as that. Wait till you get out in the real world. You're going to be penalised a lot worse. You'll simply lose your job. My wife's an accountant. She works in an office, and every day she tells me about these stories, and every month they have to sack one of her team. Every month, because they won't do the job properly, they're overpaying them, they realise that they can't do the work, and they sack them. And that's what the real world is like. It doesn't come back and give you a second chance or let you change the rules so that it suits you better so you can do less work. The real world is hard and it sucks. Deal with it, okay? So those of you that didn't get it in on time, it's the entire team's fault. You know I'm right. And do better next time, okay? You need to get yourself organised. You're not kids anymore, teenagers. I'm a bit disappointed with the teams that didn't get their names in, okay? So by the end of today, I want those names, okay? Because by Monday, I need to put those into a list so that we can get it all done. Now, you've got to do your top 5. Now, by the end of today's lesson, you need to know what it is that you're going to be talking about. Now, I know that's not easy, and I've had some people already moan at me, but teacher, we don't all agree. Yeah, again, that's very normal. That's human nature, and that's something you have to deal with. In fact, going to school, one of the key things you learn is who you are, where you fit in, and how to work with other people. And that's something excuse me, don't eat dry saltines, they suck. That's a key skill that I want you to develop over the course of this week. It would be a lot easier to develop if we weren't locked down, but we are, and we're dealing with it, okay? So what I want you to do is come together, make your case, explain why your idea for a top 5 is the best idea for a top 5, and try and explain it so that the rest of your team agrees with you. That's a skill we need to learn. Now, chances are the person who's going to get their way is the strongest personality. You're going to have to do better if it isn't you. You're going to have to work out a better way to explain and to get your message across. Otherwise, what's going to happen in your life? You're always going to be doing what other people want you to do. And that sucks. Really sucks. Trust me, I'm married, I know. So you need to develop that skill. Also, I think it's very important that we work together, because at the moment you're isolated. I've had people saying some of my students haven't set foot outside their own homes in a month. That's not healthy. This is why I want you working together as a team. I want you coming together, I want you working together, I want you developing something that I hope you can be proud of together. So on Monday, you all look at each other's videos, you're going to make some of you are going to laugh, some of them are going to be funny, some of them are going to be serious, and hopefully you can be proud of what you've done. You know you've put in the work, and you've picked something up along the way, because at the moment we're isolated, we're cut off, and we're alone, and it's not right, it's not healthy, okay? So this is a chance for you to come together and produce something that matters, something that you can be proud of, okay? I've tried to give you the opportunity to do that, and I know it's hard, okay? And a lot of you have moaned, oh, we don't want to make videos. Okay, I get that too, but what else can we do? All I have is a whiteboard and Google Meet and Google Classroom. Those things are not great tools, okay? They're not. The only proper equipment I've got to do this is equipment that I've bought myself. You know, I bought this camera, I bought the mics. Those things are actually more useful than anything the school has supplied. You guys have got to find your own way of doing this. What else can I do? We've got the resources on the internet, we've got YouTube, things like that. There's no other way I can get you together to produce some kind of project work that will be interesting. I want you to produce a video because it's something we can do together. It's something that all of you have the skill to do, and it's an up and coming element of business life. And most of you, most of the people in this country are going to be working in some kind of business, okay? Marketing is very important, and videos have never been more important in marketing. I mean, I'm a writer, I'm an author, and one of the first things we're producing is video trailers for our books, video trailers for free novels. I know that makes no sense, but that's the way the market is. People want to see something visual. People, especially at the moment, they're locked down. Most people's entertainment isn't coming from books, it's not coming from conversations, it's coming from movies that encourages people to think visually. So movies and films are becoming much, much more important because they're becoming a larger part of the human experience. Producing a video is a valuable skill, and that isn't going to change anytime soon. So producing a video is an important part of your education, okay? So all of these things come together to be the project for this week. So put a video together of your top 5 whatevers. For the sake of this one, it doesn't matter. The next section in the book is reports. We'll probably do another one. We'll probably do another video on reports, depending on how long we're locked down for, because none of us know. No one knows what's going on. You certainly can't apply logic and reason to anything in this situation. So we have to hope for the best and hope this doesn't go on much longer. If it does, then you're going to have to do group project work, and you're going to have to produce videos on YouTube. So those of you that are moaning about it, please feel free to email me and give me a suggestion of something that would be equally educational, equally useful, and something that we can all actually get behind and do, because at the moment I don't see much of it. So I hope we all enjoy working together. I hope you enjoy putting out something of value. I hope we all learn something from this. Still, some of the teachers here that I work with don't know how to put together a YouTube video. Now, a year ago I didn't, but it's not that hard. Now, I know the ones I'm putting out at the moment aren't of the highest possible standard. I know that, I know. We don't have time at the moment to put into developing the very best of our work, and I'm sorry about that, but we're doing our best. But I can now put together a video. This one, I'm recording it in one shot because I'm much more used to speaking to a camera now, and that's an important skill. The ability to look into a camera, speak to it, and not feel awkward, shy, or retiring. That's going to be a useful skill that you're going to use in the future. Speaking into a microphone, knowing how to present yourself to an audience, these are key valuable skills, so that at least we can develop those while we're doing it. Now, a lot of teachers can't do this. A lot of teachers can't put together a YouTube video. Unfortunately, that means the time is already passing them by and they're going to be left behind. Some of you don't know how to put together a video, and it's important that we learn those skills, okay? So a lot of people are moaning at me, and we're stuck with this. We're stuck with this. The weirdest question I've had so far is from somebody in one class who wanted to join a group in another class. The answer is no, because I have to trace people around. If I let one person do it, and I do this a lot, people say to me, oh, can I have an extension? And I'll allow them to have an extension, and then I'll go to the next class and they'll ask for an extension. And I said, well, it's only fair because I've given it to somebody in another class, so I will give it to you. And in the end, I'm going to be letting people from all classes switch into all other classes. And I'd have to do it because I want to be fair. So to be fair, I'm going to have to say, no, you stick to your own class. The only exception will be the part-time classes, where I will allow the afternoon and morning classes to mix. I don't see any reason why not, because they're all on the same score list anyway, so it doesn't make any difference. But the other classes, no, because I can't chase everybody. Your email addresses don't actually represent your names perfectly, so no, I can't follow you around and chase everybody. Stick to your own class. So I want all those names in, those of you that haven't done it. Now today, by the end of the day, I want you to have an idea of what you're talking about. So your top 5 can be about anything. The crazier the better, the more funny the better. Remember, make people laugh and they're going to buy what you're selling. I know that works. I used to have an eBay shop, and my eBay shop was always probably one of the more successful on eBay because I wrote quite a lot. I put in a lot of pictures. I made sure the pictures picked up all the defects, all the little faults. I was honest, and most of all, I had a laugh. I made fun of myself. I made fun of the products. I didn't take it too seriously, and people emailed me and said, I like your description, that's why I was willing to buy yours. And people would bid on eBay. It's an auction site. People would bid more on my stuff out of trust. If you can make someone laugh, you're creating a human connection. So don't be afraid to try a bit of comedy. Have a go with it. If you can make the other guys laugh, you're going to get a better score, because we're going to put this to a vote. I'm not sure if we're going to use the vote to work out the scores. I don't think that would be fair. But I'm certainly going to use the vote to inspire scoring, because I want to see what works. For me, I'm going to be looking at the explanation itself. I think everyone else is going to look at the presentation, and I'm certainly going to take that into account when I give the final scores. Okay? So that's what I want you to do today. By the end of the day, have an idea of what your top 5 items are going to be and what it is you're going to talk about. Feel free to discuss with each other. I don't expect you all in the chat. I expect people to go off and get on with this, okay? Now you've got 3 lessons to do this. That's one gone. You need to script out the top 5. Once you've decided what subject you're going to talk about, coming up with the top 5 isn't that hard. I suggest doing a kind of brainstorm where all of you throw in as many ideas as you can and you pick the top 5 out of the suggestions. Put it to a vote. You'll probably find that most of you agree. I mean, if we were going to do top 5 comic book movies, most people are going to go with Avengers straight away because they're good comic book movies. They sell the comic book genre very well. So most people are going to agree on that. Storm some ideas, take an in-group vote. Most of you are going to agree on, there's going to be a couple of things that maybe move up, one down, position, nothing serious. So start working out what you're going to talk about and then work out who's going to write the script, who's going to do the visuals, who's going to put together the video. Chances are most of you already know who's going to do what. You can probably record most of it on your phones. Most of you have all the equipment you already need. Okay, so I'm going to sit here. I'm going to answer any questions you guys have got, and I'm going to talk about myself because I'm bored and lonely and I only have James to talk to. Okay.